Hello learners, welcome back to Constant Learners. In the previous video, we discussed the relational algebra operation select, denoted using the symbol sigma. In this video, we will be discussing the next operation, that is project or projection operation. To be thorough with the project operation, it is important to understand the select operation. I'm sharing the link to the video above as well as in the description below. Let's start with a quick revision to what is select operation. Here we have a query wherein we need to find the students who are in the CS department and are from Delhi. So there are two conditions here. The students have to be in the CS department and they must be from Delhi. Now, this is our students table. We have 4 columns: roll number, name, department and city, right? Now here, this student, Aarti is from CS, Seema is from CS, Fatima is from CS and Jason is from CS. But out of these 4 students, there are only 2 students that are from Delhi, that is Fatima and Jason. So our output should contain these 2 rows. Let's see how to write the query. We start with the symbol sigma. Sigma represents the select operation. Then goes the condition in the form of a subscript of sigma, right? So we get department is equal to CS and city is equal to Delhi. So we write it like this: department is equal to CS and this is logical AND operation. City is equal to Delhi. Both of these will go in the double inverted commas. And the name of the table is students. So we get that here. Now the output will contain the rows, entire rows, because in select operation we get the entire rows as the output, right? So here we get Fatima, who is in CS department and is from Delhi, and Jason, who is also in CS department and is from Delhi. So this is our output. We need to remember that in select operation, we get entire rows in the form of output, right? And we're talking about relational algebra, which is used on relational databases where the data is stored in the form of tables. And thus the output is also received in the form of tables, right? Now, let's head to the project operation. A project operation is denoted by pi. Okay, we denote the project operation with the symbol pi, which is a Greek alphabet. The project operation also retrieves data from the databases. So, project operation also fetches the data from the databases, but the output received is an entire column that we require. So, in the select operation, we were getting the entire rows. But in project operation, we are getting the entire column that we need. It is to be noted that the data received is entirely unique. Unique means the column, the output that we received, there we have no repetition or we do not have any duplicate data in the output that we receive. For example, if I am needing the name column from the students table, then the names of the students that are repetitive will be eliminated. So we will get only one entry. That means if we say there are 3 students with the name Manoj, then the output table will only contain one Manoj. That means Manoj will be a single entry and not 3 different entries. So the repetition is eliminated in the output of project operation. So select operation, in the output we get all the columns but conditioned rows, and project gives the entire columns that we require, including all the rows but eliminating only the repetitive data. Now project operation is a unary operator. Unary operator means we can get the output from a single table only. That means we can query only a single table at a time or a single relation. And how do we write a project operation? See, we start with the symbol pi, then in the subscript we write the column name, and finally the table name goes inside the round brackets. The output received is also in the form of a table, right? And we can receive multiple columns in the same output table. We just need to separate the column names with commas like this. So we can write the names of multiple columns here. We can get multiple columns as the output, right? Project operation is giving us entire column, right? But we can also get conditioned columns. Like if I want only the names of students that are in the CS department. Now project operation will give me the entire name column, but I don't want the entire name column. I only want the students who are in the CS department, the names of the students who are in the CS department. So now we are putting some condition. How to write the queries in this case, we will discuss in example 3. Now let's discuss simple examples for understanding the project operation. First example says that we need to retrieve the names of all the students in the students table. Very simple. This is the students table. We have names of all the students here. Now to write the query, we start with pi. Then we write the column name as the subscript, that is name, and the name of the table, that is students, goes inside the round brackets. Now the output will contain entire name column, but the repetitive data will be eliminated. For example, here we have 2 students with the name Carl, but the output will have only single entry. So this is our output. You see, we have only 5 entries here. However, in the students table, we have 6 student entries. So the repetitive data, that is repetitive name Carl, is eliminated, and we have only single entry with the student named Carl. In the second example, we need to retrieve the departments of students in the students table. Now here in the department column, we have only 3 unique entries, that is CS, IT and EC, right? So let's start with writing the query. In the query, we start with pi, that is project. Then in the subscript, we get the column name, that is department, and the name of the table, that is students table. Now here in this column, we have CSIT multiple times, right? But repetitive entries will be eliminated in the output. So the output will contain only 3 entries, that is CS, IT and EC. I hope the project operation was clear. Now let's look at an example where our output must contain a single column but with conditioned rows. That means the entire column will not be the output. However, we will have some conditioned entries in the output column. The query says that give names of all the students that have passed with distinction. So we need the names. That means we need the name column as the output. So project operation will have the name column. But we don't need the names of all the students. We need the names of students that have passed with distinction. So the condition is passing with distinction. Distinction means the student must have marks greater than or equal to 75. Now here we have Jack, who has 78, Sarah has 88, and Jason has 90. So our output should contain only the names Jack, Sarah and Jason. Now first we will look at the students that have distinction. So these are the 3 rows that have students with distinction, who have passed with distinction, right? So first let's start with select operation, because only select operation can give us these conditioned entries. So we start with sigma, and the condition is marks have to be greater than or equal to 75. So condition goes as the subscript, and the name of the table, that is students. So the output will be Jack CS 78, Sarah CS 88, and Jason EC 90. So we've got our three entries. But this is just a temporary output. We don't need the entire rows. We only need the column, the names column of these students. So we can simply apply the project operation here where we can project the column name, right? So we include by name, and this select query will go inside the projection query. Only then we get the name column with conditioned entries. So first we take the select operation. Select operation gives us the conditioned output, and then we use the project operation to get the column that we desire. Alright, so the output will be the name column with only the names of students who have passed with distinction. Alright, so select operation always goes inside the project operation, because first we need to select all the students that have passed with distinction, and then out of that output we are going to project only the name column, the names of the students that have passed with distinction. So select will always go inside the project operation. I hope that it was clear how we use the select operation, how to use the project operation, how to include both of them together, and when do we need to use both select and project operations together. Alright, I hope that this video was useful. If it was, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. For any queries, write them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching.